there are two kind of conflicts. One conflict is to create chaos, and other conflict is to create organization, creating an order. So that is very important to understand that the positive aspect of your ego is when it's not about me and my will, but it's about fighting for the sake of creating an order. And for that, whatever you have to go in conflict with, you don't question that because you are clear of your direction that this conflict is to create an order. So as such, we repress that. So that repressed warrior creates a conflict within you. There we feel very morally justified that that's fine, like my karma and all that. But your karma is every day you are creating by repressing certain. Whenever you have to organize something, why the kings were warriors? Because to organize you have to fight. And it is apparent with few of you cases, because one of the reasons why you don't fight is that you never took responsibility or stood for something, anything. One of the very important aspect to bring change. You see a chaos in the room, non-committal personality, you will not do anything about the chaos, because there you need a conflict and a friction to organize it. These are the micro things which matter in the life, not huge plans, macro things. So very intention to create an organization around your space, you are basically creating an organization all over your life. Wherever you go, you see some piece of garbage, you pick and put it in, you're creating a pattern. But what we do, we are into a self-engrossed world where we are dealing with some philosophical mindfucks and we're oblivious around. And we forget this is our life, our energy, my moment, and it wants your male, your Shiva, to act. Life has no other way to help you to act through you. Even in our stories, they say Narsimham came to protect Prahlad. But on deeper level, it is said that Prahlad himself became Narsimham and destroyed his father. Mythologically, people would love to believe that there is some entity out there which will come and protect them. No, that entity is within you. It is your deepest layer, but we need to allow it to have its command acting into your life, not your mind's confusions rule your life. And that's where the battle is. You submit to the confusion means you submit to the chaos. You do not say, okay, I don't care if there is a confusion, if there is this. You take a command and do whatsoever is needed to be done today, now, around you. You create an organization. And another very important point, there is two extremes. One extreme is you do 1 or 2 hours of meditation evening or in, then rest of the time your scale, 80% of your scale is heavy. You add few kilos on one side of meditation and you say one day it will come up. It won't. It never does, because any change came into me also when it became a 24/7 effort, and that 24/7 effort has to be organized. Not that, okay, I'll be aware during the day. No, it doesn't work like that. Otherwise, how you have to do is that you have to divide your day into 1.5 hours. And this has to become like your breathing part of your routine of your everyday. Select meditation you like, you don't have to do all in one package in one time. You wake up in the morning, you do whatever meditation you do, and then you do other things. Then you have to do some project, you have to clean a room, or you have to do some study, or you have to practice something, and you go to market. So slot 1.5 hours. In that first 15 minutes, sit for meditation and overview what you are going to do, and do the meditation, and then have a vision what you are going to do. And for 1.5, whatever time is left, 1 hour, let's say out of 90 minutes, you do that for 15 minutes. Then you are left with 75 minutes. So now you do your work. After you end that project, you sit down again for 15 minutes and overview what you did and go again into the meditation. Like this, you divide after every 1.5 hours 15-20 minutes of meditation and practice. But like this Japanese method, give yourself 45 minutes of any functioning and then 15 or 10 minutes before and after a gap in which you sit with yourself. This way you are bringing that kind of spiritual divine essence, you are slowly bringing it into your life. You're not keeping it on the side like a bitch which you use whenever you want. You start to bring it in. You will start to have more insights, because we get confused in life because we are constantly overburdened, confused with things, and then it's, so my life is confusing. Life is not that complex to be confused. It's your thoughts. So in this process, the important point is you learn to have an overview. For example, very simple thing, if I have to go to market, so before going to market, what I have to buy, you sit down, you go into meditation, then you just have a kind of vision. This way you are learning to organize your mind and your actions. You visualize it, you're going to do it, and you just go and do it and come back, put it, one action complete, now you sit down. One asana complete, now you sit down. Be still and relax. This constantly starting and completing actions starts to organize your karmas. All karmas are unfinished actions. Do not think of anything which you are not going to do. Stick with practical things. Don't have too many ideas, too many visions. Just see what you need to do now, and even thinking, if part of the work, sit down, close your eyes, breathe slowly, then think. Then write notes, then apply, then again come back. And so every 1.5 hours, every 90 minutes, you have to kind of go in. Start, beginning and the end. And start organizing your space around you, because that will give you, what you say, intelligence to organize your mind around you. Because if I see something is untidy, I don't do anything, same thing is happening within my mind. There is something untidy which I have not dealt with the thought, and it is there. That's what warrior is. It is not afraid of confrontation. We are afraid of confrontation with certain thoughts. You say, no, I have to face this. So you immediately deal with it. So sloppiness, if we have to really say what is killing humanity, sloppiness, psychological and physical sloppiness. People are sloppy and slouching and sitting and watching anything on the TV and eating anything, and they think my life is in chaos. Organization is the male aspect of you. Like sun is organizing, but very humble. It is going to the garbage, it is going to the depths, the dirty most depths, and illuminating that. So a king provides kingdoms. It doesn't take away kingdoms. It doesn't win kingdoms. Because everybody is busy in getting their own kingdom in a kingdom which is somebody else's, in which you have come. And real people who had kingdoms, they were serving the existing kingdom. And most of the problems of the male ego is, women also have that, setting up my own kingdom. And in that you are in conflict with the kingdom which exists. But real kings work, they serve the kingdom which exists. Hence, the whole kingdom starts to serve you. But when you are using this kingdom to serve your kingdom, you have become contradictory, because it doesn't become your enemy. By the laws of life, things start to go in contradiction with you. They start to contradict you. You think, why life is against me? Life is not against you. You are against the life. The very place you found your existence as a sperm and an egg, a facility in which you grew up, there you are fed with the wrong ideas and conditionings, and you start to think, I have to have a future, I have to have a family, I have to have a girlfriend, I have to have this. It's all fine. but it has to be part of you serving the kingdom, serving the flow of life. Not separately give me my Mercedes and my bungalow and my girl, or give me my husband and my royalty and luxury. That is for what? So you feel better about yourself than others. Poverty itself has no problem other than feeding, eating food and living comfortably. After that, it's all ego game. And most of 80% of our striving is this ego striving. So this organization is the warrior in us. Same organization, if kept under carpets, it becomes a fungus which start to erode you. If you will not organize, remember very well, organization is creativity. Do not think making some doodles on the paper and you are a creative person. No, it is organization of the energy. And this has become kind of trend. As an artist, you can be, as sloppy. This is just one-sided version. It's not a spiritual version of creativity. To create is to organize life around you. Organize life for what? Not for your control. To accommodate and facilitate life to flow more openly. So here, the male is serving the feminine to grow. But whereas our male is controlling the feminine to fulfill its fantasies and desires. How great I am, how I can show off to people what I can do. So on the practical level, if you can make it a point to organize the spaces around you, this will change your life, because this is what changed my life. When I said to my Sufi guru that my life is very unorganized, and there was a table, he said, organize this table. And he said to me after that, I organized the table, that now your life is organized. I did not get it, but after a few weeks I got it. Organization doesn't happen in plans in the future, 1 year, after 2 years organizing. You start to organize, it makes your pattern. Then your Shakti starts to serve you, support you, because you are serving the Shakti. That is where your ego is needed to command and make it happen. But if you say, oh, I'm surrender, let go, let everything be, this is what disaster happened to India. They mistrusted, because the kings who were warriors and all, because they start to believe in non-violence and all Maya and let it go. And what happened was an invasion happened, and they became irresponsible to the appearance, as life's command is to appear like this in these circumstances is part of the play. You cannot cancel the play and say that, okay, it's all Maya. You're not saying anything special, because you have no idea. Because any play to happen, there are rules. Otherwise, there is no football match, and there is no cricket match, there is no tennis match. There are rules. That's why play can happen. So those rules has not to be broken. So play for your life, there are certain rules. And for following those rules, no matter what your tantrum mind says, you have to say, no, this has to be followed. Then a kind of integration starts to happen, that no matter what chaos happens, you will do what needs to be done. And this what happens is that we are constantly living in a horizontal. Our graph is not slowly rising. You see, either you can rise and go down a bit, again rise further, and again go down a bit, again rise further. This is like rising and resting, rising. But here we repress our organization, our capacity to overview, because as I say that when you overview a thing, you are organizing it. But when you lost in each detail in micro, what to do now, this way you are creating a chaos. Oh, there is so much to do. No, every 1.5 hours you overview your life in context to work you have done. This way you're increasing your mind capacity, ego capacity, which is organizing. Ego is a organized system. It can go haywire by trying to control things, or it can go sluggish and stagnant by becoming withdrawn. In withdrawn also you're working against yourself. In going haywire also you're working against yourself, against life. But the ego aspect, which is a system, an organization, which keeps your cellular system, mind system, muscular system together. Most of the sicknesses are arising of the disorganization of your energy. And how disorganization of energy happens? Because your ego, the central point around which the whole game is happening of your mind, of your body, of society, is not organized. It is either in the hand of others, what others tell you to do, or it is hand of your impulses, what they tell you to do. You do not have a organizing center that if I feel like having a pizza, but no, first I clean my room, then I will have pizza. I'm not saying don't have pizza. Have a pizza. Have a flirt with your girlfriend. But first I organize my space. I do this. So you're not denying anything, but you are organizing the space. Organizing your action. This organization is a warrior. This gives you strength. You see, on the bigger level, what is an enemy? It's a chaos. You can't handle chaos within your life. How you will handle chaos out there? Somebody can come and impose anything or snatch something from you. Because you are not committed to anything, you are not committed to any discipline, you are not committed to any flow, they will walk away, walking over you, and you will let them. And then essentially a victim is a tyrant. A victim is saying that I am being mistreated. It is because you also have capacity to mistreat others. That's why you are being mistreated. And what will be the ideal human being who doesn't mistreat, doesn't allow to be mistreated? And what the energy will do? It will organize the situations. That is the warrior in us. Because any changes which came on the psychological level of humanity, most of our enlightened people were warriors. They were Kshatriyas. Because only they dare to pick a fight with chaos and tell that this will not do. We do not have this dare. When we are under some chaos, personally on emotional level, we do not stand up against it. Forget about it. You see, people kind of think, okay, I have to just go through it and all that. That is not the way. Because you're not going through it, you're tolerating it. You stand with it, but you will not submit to it. You will cooperate with it, flow with it, but you will not submit to it. I wonder if you can understand this point. People think submitting to thing is the letting go and flow. No, it's not submitting. You walk along. But when your paths part, you part your paths. Submitting means when paths part, you are lost. So it is very important that, because in today's time, in the name of career and studies, we think we are living a very organized life. No. It is a chaos. Within that chaos of desires and ambitions, you pick few chaotic actions which you call discipline and start to force on your body and your mind. And hence, people who are studying, youngsters who are studying, they are not taught about this energy management, which has two aspects: to create, which means to create an order, and to destroy, which means to clean up the old. If these two are not functioning, you will end up creating disasters for yourself. You will end up cancelling, cleaning things within you which are useful for you. You will not do certain things which can enhance your life because you are into that negative mode, which is cancelling yourself because you did not allow your sword to do its work. So it will cut you. Life is not our bitch to be used. We are the bitches of life. We have to work with it. Whatever powers, any power which is given to you, if you do not use it in a right way, it will be used by others or it will destroy you. There is no in between, that things will be neutral. On deep psychological level, all these changes will come only because people straight away from their chaos start to do some meditations. But nobody is telling them really that practically your battlefield is your 24 hours. There you have to call your creative force and your warrior. Shakti is the warrior and the mother. To create a new child, it has to destroy its enemies also. And we keep on creating new child, but we have no guts to take care of our enemies. And your enemy is your chaos, your inorganization within yourself. And if somebody asks you to look at it, you find justifications and reasons why it shouldn't be. So, unkempt areas, undealt areas are your poisons. Any demon, any spirit overtaking you, it can overtake you only because there is some part and energy of you which you are avoiding, and that is the door from where they enter. When you are fully dealing with all your energies and using them and expressing them, they have no space to enter. Because there you are contemporary and these spirits are past. They can't enter the contemporary. They need a mind which is stuck in the past and living its frequency. That's where it is home to all kind of perversions, all kind of trespasses and interferences. So, and you will start to see a sense of order happening to you. So make this your point. You have to face your life like a warrior. Wherever order is needed, you do that. You don't just leave it, okay, I'll do it whenever. And no romantic musician space, because that also destroys people. That's why people lost trust into creative artists, because their life become unorganized, because there was no training. They do not tell you that if you are creative, your organization has to be used rightly. That creativity's other name is organizing certain matter and paint to make it a beautiful thing. Musician is organizing the notes out of noise. So in a way, creativity is a warrior. If you don't fight, because people think, oh, it's such a romantic idea to become creative, and they do not realize how much struggle, how much friction it is to get something out creative from the chaos. Your negativity, your judgments, your unorganized energies who do not want to move away from their pattern, they do not like you bringing a new order. They will tell everything, every logic, no, it's no, because this, because that. And then your male has to stand up. No. Things have to move and grow. And once you stand for the movement and for the growth of things into life, into anywhere you are, then whole life energy stands for you, because you are fulfilling its design. It's a design, it's not a destiny. Design means it's a creativity. Design means ever changing. It's interesting. Design and destiny has the same letters. DESIGN and DESTINY. This tiny. So most important is that organizing, and I told you the way how to organize your life. And to organize it, you have to bring light in chunks. 1.5 hour, divide your day. Within that 15 minutes, you figure out the timings. I am just giving general view. Number 9 is good. 45 minutes, then 15 minutes before after. So this way your 24 hours are organized in a very creative way. Every 1.5 hours you are returning to your space, having an overview. Slowly, discipline as well as a flow starts to enter. And this is not to be compromised. No matter what, make it 10 minutes, 5 minutes, does not matter. You have to, because you are not continually doing whole day one thing. In whatever you're doing, there are chunks of it. Let me finish this chapter or do this, then I take a break. You sit down, do meditation, then again you come to it. This way you are bringing yin and yang together. You're bringing your awareness and your flow. Within few months, your whole system will start to go through change. Your life will start to go through change. It will become a pattern into you. Anything you do, before you talk also, you think about it. Somebody says something to you, somebody is getting into some argument with you, listen to it, then give yourself 5 minutes. You say, wait, let me think. Don't immediately start to answer. That is chaos echoed by the other's chaos. No. Let that sound echo into you, you listen to it, then answer, then act. You are also learning, before doing anything, give it a gap, give it an overview. After finishing something, give it a gap, do something. So, this is what I keep telling people with asanas. They don't focus on the gap between two asanas. They focus from asana to asana, thought to thought. But real yoga is happening gap between two asanas. Usually we think male is destructive. No, that are the people whose male side has gone corrupted. And society is creating a corrupted male, pushing your will through. Again, coming back to the same point. When you push things through, you are stealing somebody else's kingdom. It's not your kingdom, this life. You are invited here to serve this kingdom. Kingdom you already got, you are supposed to serve it. Not to form your kingdoms from the insights of the society which is telling you, you have to have a career, you have to have this, you have to have that. And that is what is cutting you off from your real family, because you believe into the pseudo family and what it says to you. Because you can spill a sperm does not mean you are a father. Because your body can create a womb does not mean you are a mother. So what has happened? The original mother and father, Shakti and consciousness, original mother and father are replaced by pseudo parents. And every culture is creating a huge drama around it. Ask your parents, do they respect really their own parents? So in a deeper way, within your parents, you see there are egos there which are not really your parents. But that body, that energy is the parent. You respect that, but you don't listen to the bullshit. That is taking a sword out and cutting the bullshit, because you are pro-life. not pro destruction and stagnation of life for other people's ideas. Anyway, you're not going to get your kingdom. Even if you get, you will not be able to enjoy it because you'll be so stressed and living in such a chaos, disconnected. So it's very important that within you, you have to bring up your mother and father. Shakti has two aspects. One is mothering aspect, other is the fathering aspect. Do not think that is Shiva, because people confuse that with male with Shiva and female with no. Shakti has male, female, two aspects of her energies. Fathers don't come from Shiva, fathers come from Shakti. But at the core, what we call Sitaram, energy which is there, it is vibrating, is the presence of Shiva, which is vibrating as Shakti. That is the original mother and father. Rest is just a play of those improvisations of those energies. And the labels have to go, because this is very polluting the minds of culture. Too many nouns, too many words, and we're trying to fit the experiences with the nouns, and that is where everybody is feeling frustrated and lost. What they think life should be versus what you feel life is. There's no education to feel the Shakti, the appearance and awareness which knows it. Matter finishes there. And you're constantly seeing the improvisation of this energy and this awareness. That is the basic light and screen. Rest is just appearing and disappearing. I think there is only one order which is now, and there is one chaos which is now. Chaos is the raw material for the order.
Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhaj Man Haran Bab Bhaya Darunam Nav Kanj Locha